Have you ever found yourself pondering the unimaginable? What would happen if an atomic bomb was dropped on Earth? This question, though chilling, is not entirely out of place. In our present age, the shadow of atomic warfare lingers as a silent reminder of a destructive potential we've dared to harness. Born out of the fiery crucible of the Second World War, atomic bombs marked a turning point in human history. Their catastrophic power, unlike anything we'd ever seen, brought a new meaning to the word devastation. Cities leveled in an instant, lives extinguished in a flash of blinding light, a grim testament to our capacity for destruction. But what exactly makes these weapons so devastating? What happens when an atomic bomb detonates? What would the immediate aftermath look like, and how would it affect our world in the long run? To fully understand the impact, we must first delve into the science behind these destructive devices. Atomic bombs in their essence are a manifestation of mankind's understanding and manipulation of the atom. At the heart of an atomic bomb is a process known as nuclear fission. This is when the nucleus of an atom splits into two smaller fragments, releasing a significant amount of energy. But how does this happen exactly? Well, it all starts with a special type of uranium, uranium-235, or plutonium-239. These isotopes are unstable and can easily be split apart when struck by a neutron. When a neutron hits the nucleus of one of these isotopes, it causes the nucleus to divide, releasing energy and more neutrons. Now this is where the magic happens. Those extra neutrons then go on to strike other nearby uranium or plutonium atoms, causing them to split and release even more energy and neutrons. This creates a chain reaction, a self-sustaining cycle that keeps going until all the uranium or plutonium atoms have been split. This chain reaction is the heart of an atomic bomb. It's what causes that massive explosion we associate with atomic bombs. But how massive, you ask? Well, let's put it into perspective. The energy released in just one fission event is about 1,000,000 times greater than the energy released in a chemical reaction, such as the burning of gasoline. Now, imagine a chain reaction with millions upon millions of these fission events happening all at once. That's the power of an atomic bomb. However, it's important to note that creating an atomic bomb isn't as simple as stuffing a bunch of uranium or plutonium into a shell and waiting for it to explode. It requires precise engineering and careful manipulation of materials to ensure the chain reaction occurs at the right time and in the right manner. So, with this scientific understanding, we can begin to imagine the catastrophic effects of an atomic bomb. The moment an atomic bomb detonates, the results are instantaneous and devastating. In the blink of an eye, a fireball hotter than the sun's surface engulfs everything within its radius. This intense heat and light emission, known as thermal radiation, can cause severe burns and ignite fires many miles from the detonation site. Following this initial flash, a high-pressure wave or shock wave sweeps outwards. This blast wave travels faster than the speed of sound, flattening buildings, shattering glass, and tossing cars and people like toys. The power and speed of this wave depend on the size of the bomb and the altitude of the detonation, but the devastation it can cause is monumental. But the blast wave and thermal radiation are only part of the immediate impact. The intense heat generated by the explosion can also ignite a firestorm. This is a conflagration so intense, it creates its own weather system. The rising heat draws in fresh air from the surroundings, feeding the fire and creating a self-sustaining inferno that can incinerate everything in its path. The immediate impact of an atomic bomb is not just about the physical destruction, it's also about the loss of life. Those in the vicinity of the blast who are not killed instantly by the heat or the blast wave may be fatally injured by flying debris or trapped in collapsing buildings. The lucky ones who survive may suffer horrific burns, broken bones, or radiation sickness. The destruction of infrastructure is another immediate consequence. Roads, bridges, hospitals, power plants, communication networks, all can be wiped out in an instant, leaving survivors without access to medical care, clean water, or information. In short, the immediate impact of an atomic bomb is a scene of unimaginable destruction and human suffering. A city can be reduced to rubble in moments, its population decimated, its infrastructure obliterated. But the devastation doesn't end with the initial blast. The fallout from an atomic bomb, both literal and figurative, can linger for years, even decades, causing ongoing harm long after the firestorm is burned out. The aftermath of an atomic bomb is a grim reality that extends far beyond the initial explosion. The long-term effects of an atomic bomb are as terrifying as the explosion itself, if not more. The residual radiation or fallout from an atomic blast can linger in the environment for years, even decades. This radiation is absorbed by everything it comes in contact with: the air, the ground, the water, and all forms of life. It's insidious, silent, and invisible, but its effects are all too visible. Radiation sickness is one of the first and most immediate of these effects. People exposed to high levels of radiation can suffer from nausea, weakness, hair loss, and severe burns. But the damage doesn't stop there. The radiation can also affect the body on a cellular level, causing genetic mutations that can lead to various forms of cancer, often years or even decades after the initial exposure. But the damage isn't limited to the physical. There's an immense psychological toll as well. Survivors of an atomic bomb blast are often left with deep psychological scars. The trauma of the event, the loss of loved ones, the destruction of their homes and communities, these are wounds that can take a lifetime to heal, if they ever heal at all. And let's not forget the societal impact. The infrastructure of a city can be decimated by an atomic bomb, leaving survivors without access to basic necessities like food, water, and medical care. The economic impact can be equally devastating, as businesses are destroyed and jobs are lost. The environmental damage is another major concern. The radiation can contaminate the soil and water, making them unsafe for use. It can also affect the local flora and fauna, causing mutations and population declines. And the impact on the climate can be significant as well, potentially leading to cooler temperatures and reduced sunlight. The effects of an atomic bomb, therefore, reverberate through time, affecting generations. The use of atomic bombs is a dark chapter in human history, one that offers important lessons. As we reflect on the devastating events of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we're reminded of the profound and lasting impact of these weapons. The immediate destruction was followed by years of suffering, with the lingering effects of radiation causing disease, genetic damage, and untold grief for generations. These events underscore the need for responsible control of nuclear power. From these tragedies, we learn that the power to destroy is not a solution but a burden. It's a burden that demands respect for life, an understanding of the potential consequences, and a commitment to peace. The lessons from Hiroshima and Nagasaki have shaped global policy and attitudes towards nuclear weapons. They've sparked a worldwide movement towards nuclear disarmament, with nations coming together to prevent such devastation from ever happening again. This collective action is a testament to our capacity for change and growth, even in the face of such daunting challenges. Yet the lessons extend beyond the realm of nuclear weapons. They remind us of the broader implications of scientific and technological advancement. The pursuit of knowledge is a noble endeavor, but it also carries a profound responsibility. The power of science can be harnessed for the betterment of humanity, but it can also be misused with devastating consequences. As we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, we must always remember the lessons of our past. We must strive to use our knowledge wisely, to engage in thoughtful dialogue, to resolve conflicts peacefully, and to promote a world that values life over destruction. In the end, the prospect of an atomic bomb is not a testament to our power, but a stark reminder of our responsibility. The power of science is not just about what we can do, but also about what we should do. The prospect of an atomic bomb is a stark reminder of the power of science and the responsibility that comes with it. So, what would happen if an atomic bomb was dropped on Earth? The answer is a horrifying reality that we must strive to prevent. We've walked through the unthinkable scenario, diving headfirst into the science behind atomic bombs, and the immediate and lingering effects they would cause. The sheer magnitude of devastation is beyond comprehension, from the initial blast wave, radiation, and the long-term, far-reaching environmental impacts. We've also revisited the lessons learned from history, underscoring the dire need for peace and the importance of understanding the destructive potential of these weapons. The haunting memories of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, two cities forever marked by the atomic bombings, serve as a stark reminder of the path we must never tread again. In the end, it's not about fear, but about awareness and responsibility. The knowledge we have should guide us towards a peaceful future, not a destructive one. Let's hope that the question we started with remains a hypothetical one, forever unanswered in reality.